It is Monday morning. Been up since about 6. Saw my wife off, make sure she gets off to work okay. But anyway, man, I got a funny I got a funny response to one of my videos. Dude said I was fake, but he has a fake YouTube page. Then he says a real businessman works for himself and nobody else. Entrepreneur. Okay, guys, let me do a little education here. That's why I always tell people, read before you open your mouth. There's an old saying, let people think that you're stupid. But when you open your mouth, they know you're stupid. Let me break this down to you guys, man. And I appreciate all the good feedback. A businessman runs business, no matter if he works for somebody or he works for himself. Businessman. He runs business. Entrepreneur. He owns his business, but he runs business. Businessman / entrepreneur. Listen closely. What's the difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur? I hope he's listening. Let me break it down to you. Does an entrepreneur pay taxes? Yes, he does. He may get away with somebody paying him cash, but he pays taxes. Does someone who works for somebody else pay taxes? They do. Does an entrepreneur work for anybody but himself? Yes, he does. Let me explain that to you. Let's say you own your own business and you don't move to go find your clients. You sit on your behind at home because you own your own business. Will you make any money? Not unless you're one of them big corporations and you got hundreds and thousands of people working for you. You ain't gonna make no money. You have to go out and sell your business. Now, when you go out and sell your business, do you work for that customer? Yes, you do. Because if that customer don't call you, you don't get paid. So you actually own your own business, but the only difference between an entrepreneur and somebody that works for somebody else, you can say no. You can say no. No, you don't want to do this. No, you don't want to do that. Somebody who worked for somebody else, they can get fired for saying no. You see what I'm saying? So, in my case, I work for somebody else. I work for the government. I've been working for the government for 18 years in February. Excuse me, man. January, February, March, April, and May. I'm sorry. May. So why would I give up my pension and my retirement? I can retire at 57. I can retire at 57. I can't draw my retirement till 59 and a half. But here's the kicker. That's why I run my business. That's why I started my business. So now my lifestyle will not change. Not only would I get 2 checks, pension, retirement, now I get another check from my business. Watch out there now. So that guy who was like, I'm fake because a businessman only works for himself, you don't know too much about business. I knew a guy before he retired owned 17 properties and he worked for the post office. And I asked him, I said, dude, why you still working here? He said, why should I change my lifestyle? He said, when I retire, I get my pension and my retirement and I still have my rental properties. So my lifestyle won't change. I can go and do the same thing I was doing before I retired. Like I said, read. Don't open your mouth unless you know. Shh. Don't let people think what they want to think, but when you open your mouth, they know you are. You see? And products wise, you guys, you have to test products. I don't say anything bad about anybody's products because it may work for that next man, or it may work for me, or it may work for that next person. Everybody got their own system and their own materials and their own chemicals and their own rags and their own towels of doing things. What may work for me may not work for you, but what may work for you may not work for me. I've always said since I started my YouTube channel, whatever works for you. You understand? People are going to come at you sideways and they won't admit it. They're jealous of you because they don't have that drive that you have. You see, they're not set up the way you set up because you read, you educated yourself, went out there, executed, boom, and your plan is in effect. I give you a prime example. I have nothing to do today because I got that big 46-foot RV coming up tomorrow. That's going to take me about 4 or 5 days to finish that bad boy. So, is it hurting me because I'm not going out today? Not one bit. My 9 to 5 goes right to the bank. I'm not a businessman. I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm a business/entrepreneur. My father retired from a place called Mueller. And he's been running his business for 42 years. Not only do he get a pension in retirement, he gets a retirement from his own business. Never once did my father change his lifestyle. My grandfather retired from the military and the railroad. Not only did he get a check from the military, got a pension and retirement from the railroad. Before he passed away, my man got 4 checks. Watch out there now. We're notorious for doing it, baby. We are notorious for getting those checks when we retire. You see? So for that guy that says a businessman only works for himself and nobody else, man, go educate yourself, dude. Open up a book, read it. Don't go to the part that just says businessman work for himself. Read the whole thing that leads up to that. That's where people get confused at. They won't read the whole book. They'll glance through it and go to the part they want to know instead of what leads up to that. So that's my message for today, man. People will come at you sideways. You don't get angry. You educate them. I'm not going to call him ignorant or anything like that. No. I just want him to educate himself. That's why I speak every time with you guys, and I say read. One guy inboxed me and said, I influenced him so much. Hell, he done read 4 or 5 books and he feels a lot better and he knew more information now than he knew in his entire lifetime. Because the information is there. All you have to do is read it. All right, man, y'all be cool, man. Let people talk. Don't get mad. Just smile all the way to the bank. Deuces.